So I thought maybe that I should do some little snippets, little fact type videos, but I wasn't sure if they might be considered a bit dry. Hang on a minute. There we go. March fly. Where was I? Oh yes, some little factoid type videos, but I wasn't sure if some of my subject matter might be considered a bit dry or boring. But if it is, sure you can let me know in the comments if I'm going a bit too technical. But one thing that we do always tend to get asked when we're at a show or people come and see the goats is, what are those things on their neck? And if calendula here, there we go, these. People always want to know what they are. Some will say, does that mean it's a boy or a girl? No, that would be the other end that tells you that. What they are just, they're really just, she's going to put her head in the way, little, thank you for that, you don't touch the phone please, bits of skin covered by hair, and they're joined to the neck there. Not everybody has them. And we have Princess, she does not have them. Calendula does, her mother Kalia does, but Calendula's daughter Callistemon does not. The technical term in the goat standard for the breeds is tassels. So I typically do tend to use that term now. I figure it's probably easy for some people to understand the word tassel. They don't really have a purpose. They're kind of like a little decoration, for want of a better word. There's no specific reason or function that they serve. Some people feel that they detract from the line of the neck. I don't particularly mind them. In a show animal, you want them to be nice and even. If she's black, you want them to be black. If she's white, you of course want them to be white and not the wrong colours. They can be uneven. You can get a small tassel and a big tassel sometimes. And occasionally, let's see if Lorelei will oblige us over here. She's out. Here she is, Miss Lorelei. So the instructions were somehow mixed up with Lorelei, and her tassels, as you can see, are on the base of her ears, which is not a thing that we would want on a show animal, but well, we don't milk them. So I didn't bother trying to take them off. I felt that $400 for surgical removal was better spent on a load of hay when we were in a drought. So she still has them, and it just makes her a bit more of a character, doesn't it? They're kind of really 1.5. I mean, this one's a pretty much fully formed one. This one, I kind of got forgotten. So exactly where the instruction manual got misread by her genetics when she was being formed, who knows? That's just her, a little bit of uniqueness to her. And Sesame's in here somewhere. She's only got one. She doesn't even have a half. So whether the other half somehow got deleted in the genetic code or exactly what causes it, I can't say I know that. But yeah, so they're kind of they can be a familial trait. I believe that they are a recessive part of the genetics. They inherit genes from their mother and their father. So if both mother and father carry tassels, the chance of the kid being tasseled is high. If they are indeed recessive, then an animal like Papilia here, whose grandma had tassels, She does not. She could have one gene for tassels and one gene for no tassels, and because the no tassels is dominant, therefore there are no tassels on her neck. But if I put her to an animal that had tassels or that carried the tassels, there's a percentage chance that her progeny will have tassels or not tassels. Now, we grew up calling them wattles actually, and I think that term is related to the use of the term wattles on things like chooks' necks, which is the little fleshy lobes that chooks and some birds get on their throats, and I think that's probably the connection with the term wattles. Some people call them bells, some people call them toggles. I've heard them called jowls by one person years ago, and apparently the term waddles is also in use. Where that came from, I have no idea. But yeah, I typically use now the term that's in the breed standards, which is tassels. Although we do sometimes also still use the term that we used when I was younger, which is wattles. I think they're quite pretty. I think they're cute. If you've heard of another term for these, I would be interested to hear it, just for curiosity's sake. You can drop it in the comments. And if you like this kind of little factoid video, let me know and I'll keep trying to find some time to pop a few out now and then. Say bye, Vanda.